Where's he at? Actually, I want to show you this, right? I want to show you this because we could be getting another card ward this week, guys. Strangely enough, right? We had Claudio Bravo in our Cap 220, and you guys know what I'm going to say about Claudio Bravo. I love this guy a lot. We have him in our Loot into Legends save on Football Manager, and he is exactly this type of player where you never know what you're going to get from him. He will either hit you 100 or he'll hit you 0. And he hit us 0 this game week, right? Now, I put him in our Cap 220 because he is that type of explosive player that if he does hit 100 in Cap 220, you are laughing, right? I don't think this team would have been able to hit card reward anyway because of Kenneth Taylor, the fact that he delivered 27. But I think that we are actually going to get a card reward in Sorare Mega because, yeah, when I saw that Claudio Bravo got 0, some of you guys might remember that when we played Sorare Mega, I actually said that one player who's always really worth playing every single game week in the worst player game on Sorare Mega is Claudio Bravo. Because in the worst player game on Sorare Mega, you need to have somebody that hits you 0, right? And Claudio Bravo is exactly that type of player because every now and then he can just hit 0. And so if I go and have a look at the live game week here, game week 399, I didn't actually realize until this morning that there are actually prizes to be won in the score dice. There wasn't historically. I only just noticed it this morning that you can actually win a tier 2 limited card if you win, if you come first in the worst player game. And you can't see it at the moment because it hasn't updated my score, because obviously Claudio Bravo didn't DMP. He got, Claudio Bravo, a score of 0. So we're potentially, it depends how many other people got like 0 here, we're potentially going to get a tier 2 here. Because at the moment, it's saying that this guy got closest to it with a score of 10.2, right? Which is why he's sitting first. But actually, we put Claudio Bravo in, Claudio Bravo got 0. And so if there are not many other managers out there that also play Claudio Bravo or played another player that got 0, then we should win this and we should win a tier 2 limited. I don't know why it's DNPing right now. I think on Sorare Mega it doesn't really update it like in real time. So this will be updated to a 0. It should be anyway. If it's not, you can bet your bottom dollar that I'm going to be getting in touch with Sorare Mega to say why is that registering a DNP when actually Claudio Bravo registered 0. So yeah, watch this space basically, because we could win another card. This could be our first card reward in Sorare Mega. Never won anything from here. We almost have lost the will to play this game because it's so difficult to win. But honestly, I wasn't even expecting to win anything here because I didn't even know until this morning that you could win a card reward in it. Because if you're wondering what my teams are, I'm going to show you. I'm going to quickly explain them. There's not really much to explain because I'm only really entering these guys in because these are the players that I have. So in Cap 220, this is my Cap 220 team for the midweek. We have John McCarthy in goal, the LAFC goalkeeper. And then we have basically a stack, a LASK stack. So it's the LASK and LAFC team. And this isn't that great. They have a really good fixture. But Thomas Goiginger, he's not a starter. I'm wondering if he starts in the midweek. Because he's been, because he doesn't start it for the league games, maybe they're going to start him for this game. And the same also for Florian Flecker. So I'm going to enter this team in because this is pretty much what I can enter. I don't really have much more players after that. We've also got Jörg Siebenhandel as the goalkeeper. So if they were looking to rotate, we could potentially play a full LASK team this weekend. But I don't know if, or not this weekend, this midweek, but I don't know if I want to do that. If I do want to do that, we'd have to do it in Cap 270 because his L15 is so high. Yeah, McCarthy's only at 50%. I know. McCarthy's only at 50%. So I'm going to have to make a late call on it anyway. I think he will start, but there is a risk here because Maxime Krupo is now back. He's back like fit. He's over his injury. He used to be the number 1 before he got that long injury. So that's why he's at 50-50 now. There's not really much we can do about that. Probably what I would need to do, and we can maybe do it now actually, is there a lineup ready for Lask? There isn't at the moment. No, there isn't at the moment. So we'd need to keep an eye on that. Yeah, there's nothing for Lask right now. I'd be very curious to see what Sorare Austria says, because if Sorare Austria believes that Jorg Siebenhandel's going to be given game time here, then probably what I'll do is I'll cancel this team in Cap 220, and I'll then throw that team in Cap 270. You reckon the LAFC game goes on? It might not, no. It might not. That's another reason why I'm potentially not going to play this team with this goalkeeper, because it could be cancelled still. Yeah. Yeah, there is, yeah. There's still the chance the weather could screw us, because they are still suffering a little bit from the hurricane. If it goes ahead and if John McCarthy starts, then this could actually be quite a good team, because LAFC at home against Colorado Rapids is like an ideal fixture, because Colorado is so poor and LAFC are so strong at home. So in theory, this is quite good, but yeah, you have Boanga and Vela, and I really want to play them. Yeah, if you honestly, that's perfect. Having Boanga and Vela, if I had those guys, I'd be looking to go hard on them. But yeah, as you say, there's a potential where this game doesn't go ahead. I haven't really, to be honest, caught up on what's going on with Hurricane Hillary here. It's now what? Post-tropical cyclone Hillary. It's changed. It's not Hurricane Hillary anymore. It's now a tropical storm. This was an hour ago. Earthquake shakes parts of California during the storm. Oh, God. I mean, look, this was an hour ago. This was 13 hours ago. There was a 5.1 earthquake. And you can kind of see here, this doesn't look great. So at the moment, I don't feel confident that the game's going to be going ahead. Here we go. Look, this is from 3 hours ago. And this is from CNN. Storm Hillary batters California after making landfall in Mexico. Right, Hillary, this is from an hour and 42 minutes ago. Hillary downgraded to post-tropical cyclone, but 25 million still under flood warnings. That is, I was going to say, that is California, isn't it? Yeah, that is, because it looks like it. Even though it doesn't, but that skyline looks like a Los Angeles or something. It's in Palm Desert. And it continues to move through the southwestern United States. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if this game gets cancelled, honestly. It's early Monday in Los Angeles. Here's the latest. Tropical storm crossed the US-Mexico border into California Sunday evening, becoming the first tropical storm in the state since 1997. Where the storm is now, at 11 p.m. local time, the core of Tropical Storm Hillary was roughly 10 miles southeast of LA, with winds of up to 45 miles per hour. Wow. This was 4 hours ago, but this was 4 hours ago. It's saying that it was 10 miles southeast of LA. Hillary is moving north-northwest at 28 miles per hour. So it's, yeah, look, it's going to hit LA, isn't it? This isn't going to happen, this game. Yeah, I think it does, but it's moving the north-northwest. That's a bit of an issue. Look at Weatherman FTS from forecasting game weeks to 40. I know. If we're not predicting lineups in Sorare, we're predicting what's going to happen in the weather. We're predicting. It is worth mentioning a couple of players that are really good, and namely, of course, Balak Wisher. This guy's so good, and he's still really young. He's just a really good player to look at in general. So if you didn't know about him, he's worth maybe trying to get into. He's actually been doing really well recently. And there's a big kind of expectation that eventually he'll move from Antwerp. He might move to a bigger club. He has to start smashing it more for Antwerp in order for him to get that big club move. But he's a youngster and he's playing regularly, and he's, generally speaking, he delivers some really good scoring. Look. Yeah, Avila's not bad. Avilia's not bad. Vermeeren's actually an interesting one too, because he's really young. I like 18. And I like this guy because his AA is so high. So this is another really interesting player. A defensive midfielder, somebody that's amazing for threshold, because his averages are usually mid-50s, and then he can kind of hit you these monster scores every now and then. But he's quite consistent. Do like this guy a lot. The fact he's only 18 is like crazy. Such a good player. But yeah, you also mentioned Avilia. Avilia is okay too. Having an amazing L5 right now. Quite expensive. But again, youngster, doing really well. The only problem with him is that you never really know what you're going to get from him, because he is kind of like that fullback. And fullbacks are very inconsistent in Sorare. And largely because he's an attacking fullback, which means that he will be getting in a lot of crosses, he'll be losing a lot of possession, he won't be winning a lot of duels, but when he has one of those games where he's really on it, and especially when he delivers a decisive, he can then hit hard. Sonny Kittle's playing for them. Wow, I didn't know that. That's interesting. That's interesting. He's very cheap actually, Sonny Kittle. Used to play for Hamburg. Used to do quite well for them as well. He's not really starting for them. He's kind of like a sub player right now. But it's still Sonny Kittle. 30-year-old Sonny Kittle. Wow. A couple of players just to mention. Jordan Larson's one of them. Before we move on. Excellent player. Now £15 or so. Excellent player. Good starter for them as well. Really good. Vavro. Wow. Vavro's quite expensive. But he's another very good player. Look at that from Vavro. Wow. An AA of 24.1 over the past year is nuts, isn't it? Absolutely brilliant. If you didn't know about Vavro, he's well worth checking out, because he's a centre-back that can hit you some ridiculous levels of AA. Look, 65 in his AA, and he consistently gets into the 40s. Look, 41, 49, 42, 49, 45, 43. Crazy player. I actually remember now that he moved to Red Star. Yeah, now it's coming back to me, but I didn't realise he'd moved to Bromby. Interesting. Okay, let's bring him up. There's no cards for him, I don't think. No. There's no cards for him, but this guy is really good. This guy's really good. I like him. He's been basically picking up where he left off as well. Look at that for Bromby. Yeah, I love this guy. I think he's really good. He's a proper good goal scorer. He scores a lot of goals. Look. Really decent player. Very difficult player to remember because of his name, but this is the guy. Fuentes is in here as well. £1.44, 26-year-old left back Fuentes. Not a bad player at all. Some good levels of scoring to him. Look at that. For a fullback, he's got 16 assists, 1 goal, 1 penalty, 2 last man tackles or clearances off the line. Quite like this guy. I think at home as well he does a lot better. Yeah, look. He reminds me a little bit of Jose Estrada. He's like the left back equivalent. Look, they have very similar averages as well. 49, 46, 46 in his L5, L15, L40. And then Estrada is 47, 48, 46. Estrada plays on the right. In a different team, different league and all that. But in terms of the player, they're very similar. And their price, look at that. Their price average is exactly the same. So like Gabriel Fuentes is like the the left back equivalent of a Jose Estrada, where when he plays at home, look to target him hard because he will then give you loads of high end, doesn't really tend to bomb. One of the big lessons I learned was when I had Dreher. When I had the rare card of Anders Dreher, let me just show you. Yeah, look. I had the rare card of Anders Dreher, and I bought him for £308, which was really cheap at the time. You can see here, it was one of the cheapest. It was a steal, actually, at the time, because I knew that he was going to go up in value, and then instantly he did, right? Then he kind of dropped crazily down to 244, but then he shot up to like 1,400. And I have to be completely honest with you, I kind of regret not selling him at that. And you know why I didn't sell him at 1,400, guys? I didn't sell Anders Dreher at 1,400, even though I bought him for like basically 337, was because I actually thought, I was being a bit greedy, I actually thought that he would get to £2,000. And I was holding out, waiting for his price to hit 2,000, to basically breach 2,000. And then I was going to look to sell him. What I should have been thinking about is, I bought him for 337 pounds, and now somebody's selling him for 1,330 pounds. That's like £1,000 profit. That's like over 3 times what I've paid for him. So after that, I kind of then realized quite quickly, that was a hard lesson, that I need to be selling my players when I can make 2.5 to 3 times what I pay for them, and not just trying to hold out for crazy amounts of money. Because in Sorare, though, that window will close on you quickly. And look, if I had basically what? I think I had around a few weeks or so, potentially a month to sell him for around that. And then the window shut, and then look, he's never gone back to that. And now his rare is worth £50. So it's I hope that serves as a lesson to everyone. Don't take the piss, basically. If your card values go up and you can cash in some good profit, try to do it. If you try to be a bit greedy, trust me when I say you will lose the opportunity. Because Anders Dreher is never going to go back to that again. He's never going to be like £1,300 in his rare. I mean, never say never, but realistically, he's not going to. Unless there's like a massive bull rush on crypto again, where then like something significant happens in crypto and Sorare for the prices then to kind of like just completely go through the roof. He's never going to get to that again. Guys, who's picking up a brand new Pooky ball tomorrow? Because this is a big week on Pooky, if you didn't know. It's not only a brand new drop that's happening tomorrow in 22 hours time, but you'll be able to get your hands on more Pooky balls from either, all Pooky balls that they have in the leagues right now. But if you are still searching for a Premier League Pooky ball, or a League One Pooky ball, or a Bundesliga one, or a Serie A, no matter what one it is, they are minting new balls tomorrow from England, France, Germany, Italy, Spain, USA, Brazil, or Japan. So the main leagues that you can play in Pooky right now, you'll be able to get your hands on new Pooky balls tomorrow. And if you've not signed up to Pooky yet, but you want to give it a go, then I would absolutely recommend it. Do use the link in the chat to sign up with Pooky, because that link will give you 2 free rookie balls that you can then use to play in the free-to-play basic league. So there is a free-to-play game mode on Pooky. And if you're wondering what this game actually is all about, this game is a sports prediction game. So in many ways similar to Sorare, because in Sorare you're basically trying to predict who you think is going to have a good game week or not, which player you think is going to have a good game week or not. In Pooky, you're not predicting which player you think is going to have a good game week. You're predicting which team you think is going to do well or not. And then you're also trying to predict how well you think they're going to do. So it's really cool because you can kind of like predict on whether you think the home team is going to win or in a game, or is it going to be a draw? Is the away team going to win? Or if you think the game's going to be high scoring or low scoring, and then you try to put down as accurate as predictions as you can. And if you are accurate with your predictions, accurate enough to finish in the top 50% Not 15, not 5, not 25, not 10%, the top 50%. So half of the managers, half of the predictors in a league in Pooky will come away with nothing, and half will come away with money, because you win money in the form of cryptocurrency when you finish in the top 50%. And that's what makes Pooky so cool, is that in other games, you kind of have to finish quite high, right? And you have to finish in that small percentage to win something. In Pooky, it's the top 50%, which is amazing. That's a super generous range to finish in. And the great thing about it is that if you don't win anything, let's say that you're on the wrong 50%, right? You win nothing at all. You don't lose anything. You're not risking any money at all when you are predicting on Pooky. You are simply investing in a Pokeball, which is one of these here that you can buy tomorrow. And then once you've invested in the Pokeball, similar to what you would have done on Sorare, where you invest in a card, you own that card then forever, and you're then using that Pokeball, because you own that Pokeball forever, you're then using that Pokeball to generate a return on investment for you, time and time and time again. And if you don't get anything, you don't lose anything, you just simply go again the next game week. And that's why it makes it such a cool game to play. And we've been doing really well in Pooky. I've been playing it now for like the past 3 months or so, and we've made a good return on investment so far. We've invested in some more Pokeballs as well. So I picked up another 3 rares, I think it was last week or the week before. And these rares are kind of like quite expensive. So they have a good value to them actually, and they're good investments. We don't have an epic, so there are 4 different types of Pokeballs. There's common, rare, epic, and legends. As I say, we bought three rares last week for about $90 each. We spent quite a lot on them, but you don't need to have loads, right? If you want to get started today on Pooky, you just want to start predicting and trying to earn from your football knowledge, all you need to do is just have one of these, and you could actually have one common Pokeball, and that's all you need to then be able to play in the pro leagues. Oh wow, my voice was going there. In the pro leagues on Pooky, and if you're playing in the pro leagues on Pooky, you can then win some money. So again, John the Bat wins Akito Fukumore, Neil Jefferson wins Liam Donnelly, and then Greg Mann wins Joel Rubles. Well done indeed to those guys. And don't worry if you didn't win a card, guys, because if we have another giveaway activated tomorrow, then we will be giving away more cards. And you do need to be a subscriber to the channel, not a follower. Of course, if you're following me, amazing, because that helps you to get notifications when I go live. But it means if you're a follower, you are not going to be on the next subs list tomorrow. You need to be a subscriber to the channel in order to take part and win some cards here every time we go live. And you can subscribe for free with Amazon Prime. You can find the link pinned to the top of the chat. You can also see the link in the chat from the Nightbot as well. So guys, thank you so much for the incredible support. Thank you so much guys for the incredible support here today, and I'll catch you all tomorrow. Good luck with the rest of your lineups. Keep me posted. Tag me tonight. Yeah, keep me posted. Let's do it now. Keep me posted, guys, and I'll catch you tomorrow.